Pastor Keith Davey, and my wife and I planted this church in 2000, and the Lord put on our heart. Funny enough, I grew up with 5 sisters, and the Lord told me to build a house for women, and I thought He was being humorous.
We would see women come into the churches looking for help, but they just had such trouble when they went back home to either drug-infested environments or codependent relationships that they couldn't break away from. When they'd make a step to live a godly life, they would find themselves just depressed, discouraged, isolated. And we realized that we needed something to catch these women that were coming to the church for help, for spiritual help. But they needed more than that. They needed basic life skills.
But as we started to minister and we saw the need within the community, and it didn't matter whatever situation a woman came to find herself in without a place to live, trying to live for God and making some bold steps to go to school, to get out of a bad situation, they didn't have the financial means or the education necessary to stand on their own.
To turn around and live for Christ is very difficult when the norm was anything goes. And now they're trying to strive towards holiness and make steps of faith. And it's tough, But with the support system that we've in place, I feel like it's been getting better. We have a family unit structure. This church, New Hope Church, is a family, and this home is like an extension of our family.
I think the challenges we face in Hope for Women is undoing years of hurt and abuse, years of disappointment, years of just fear of failure. So the biggest challenge is to see each woman discover who they are in Christ and gain that confidence that they can do all things through Christ who strengthens them.
My name is Devorah Fernandez. I was born in the Bronx. I moved to Albany when I was 9 years old. From a family of 7 kids, I'm the last one, the baby. My mom left my life and she became a drug addict. I never met my father, so it was just me and my grandmother and all of us, and we were in and out of foster homes. So, very terrible life. Came to New Hope when I was 13 years old and became a Christian, got saved there. How I heard about Hope for Women was through my youth pastor. He brought me to Hope for Women because I was struggling in my life. I was abused mentally and physically and sexually. I was going through a lot, suicidal attempts and just terrible issues. I was a cutter. I turned to cutting. When I came here, I wasn't equipped for the world. I didn't know how to handle living on my own. I was crippled by fear. I couldn't step out for nothing. I didn't have a job. I felt like I couldn't cope in the world. And gradually, my pastor beside me just started instructing me and helping me, and I grew from that. I got a job. I learned computer skills that I never knew. I teach at the church now, so certain things that I never thought I would even be able to do, I'm doing now.
Meals for kids. We found that whether it be people that are financially challenged or working families that are committed to Christ and going to church on a Wednesday night, that the kids are coming off the bus, coming to church, and the kids are hungry. And so whatever the situation, kids come to church Wednesday night hungry. So my wife began with a dream. I want to feed the kids, and I said, if you get the money, I'll write the menu, I'll build the program. And she came home, waved a check for $500 and said, I got it. And that was several years ago, and over the past several years, we've fed more than 2,000 kids every year.
This year, through the summer, we've had 100% employment. For those that need to finish their education, we encourage that. We just opened up the Learning Center, and we are matching up, tutors with students and just having the women come and learn and obtain skills. Some may not be able to get their GED, but we have to give them some type of skill, whether it's typing or hairdressing or something like that.
At New Hope, the most rewarding, part of ministry is seeing people's lives transformed. My mother says I'm a dreamer. I dream big. I want to see the book of Acts. I want to see 3,000 people get saved in a single day. But I'll be satisfied with the one each and every time we get together. And, God called us into the ministry. And I thought it was just about preaching and seeing people saved. That's incredible. But what's been the most rewarding is seeing people over the period of time, over the past 10 years, grow. Whether it be getting their GED, opening a business, buying a home, getting married, seeing people's lives transform, not just at an altar, not just in an instant, but their entire life change. And then they're reaching out to their families. And I call it the journey for Jesus. And that really is the most rewarding, is the transformation of Christ in people when they come to know Him. And then the journey of them living it out.
My goals in life is just to pursue what I'm doing now. The little goals that I have now, working in the church, seeing all the kids and amazing things that God is doing in the church.
The overall goal for Hope for Women is to stand alongside women who have made a step of faith and recognize that they need God in their life, and to walk with them through this until they become grounded in their faith, strong in their faith, and able to stand on their own, and to be able to give back to the community in which they live.
Hope for Women is a faith-based home. In fact, all of New Hope is faith-based. We call it the Raven Blessing. We just trust whatever the Lord brings, and everything He brings in, we're going to use for the glory of God. The biggest, you could say financial need is monthly support. Where you be a financial partner with New Hope Ministries and seeing what God will do downtown Albany with people who are willing. This is a kingdom ministry. And I look at Wednesday night, and it's Miracle Night, where we have people from 4 different churches coming and laboring in the fields, making the impossible a possibility. And by you partnering with us on a monthly basis, again, we make the impossible possible.
Christmas last year, everyone woke up Christmas morning, and I loved it. I loved it. Christmas morning, one of the girls just looked at me and kept saying, "Thank you. Thank you. I've never had a Christmas like this."
Just this past year, a young man who came in and would eat at some of our outreaches, 5 years, just him coming in and out as a teenager, and this year he met Christ. Transformed. Fell in love with God. Went away on a camping trip with the men and got baptized in the Hudson River, northern Hudson River, where it's clean. And life just transformed. And to me, that's the most rewarding, is to actually see Christ formed in somebody, not just for a moment, but for a lifetime.